Today I'm going to tell you why you should buy SSD and how to install it. So check it out. Hi, my name is Manu and today I'm going to talk about SSD and what's the difference between, the new SSD with the old HDD. The first biggest difference between SSD and HDD is the speed. The speed of SSD is much faster compared to the old HDD, and that's because there's no physical moving ports like the HDD. It's just a chip, and when you want to access a file, the computer knows exactly where to find. So this one, much faster. The drawback of SSD is the price. The price of SSD is much more expensive. So if you have a desktop, I really recommend you to buy SSD for like Windows programs and maybe some game that you usually play a lot. And while the rest like music and videos you can maybe put in your HDD. So this one mainly for Windows and important things, and this one mostly for keeping storage. Another thing about SSD is the brands. It's really hard to find since there's a lot of brands that you can choose of, like Samsung and OCZ, and in this case Transcend. And I did choose the cheapest one because I know I can go back to the store and give it back in case it breaks or something like that. Of course, if you have the money, buy the good one. Another thing I'm going to talk about is SATA cables. There is like SATA 1, SATA 2, SATA 3. There's SSD that has like PC Express and USB, but I'm not going to talk about them today. This one is a SATA 3 because it's 6 gigabytes. SATA 1 is 1.5 gigabytes, SATA 2 is 3, and SATA 3 is 6 gigabytes. So since the difference is not that much between the different cables, so just go with SATA 3. There's many people that say that there's no difference between SATA 2 and SATA 3, and some people that say that yes, it has a difference. So just go with SATA 3. It's the difference not that much in price. Another thing about SATA is that like if you're going to install on your laptop, you don't have to buy a SATA cables. So usually when you get like one box like this, it doesn't come with this kind of cable. And that's okay if you're going to install on a laptop, but if you're going to install in your desktop, you're probably going to need a cable also. I'm going to also show you how to install in your laptop. There's a lot of different laptops, so it's not always the same thing, how to open and things like that, but essentially it's kind of the same. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's really easy. So just check out how I do it. This is the second part of this guide, and I'm going to teach you how to install in your laptop. All laptops are different, so there is really many things that you have to think about it before you open. The first thing is if you have a SATA hard disk in your laptop, and you usually can check that in your menu. The second thing is that depend on your laptop, all the screws can look different, and the way that you're gonna take out the hard drive can look different. So check in your menu if you find something. Otherwise, maybe you can Google it or you try to find at YouTube. But I'm gonna do it in my computer, and this one was really easy. I just had to take out all the screws from here that I already have taken out. Then I push up this, not use force so much. You're gonna go out kind of easy. Now that you see here, this is the hard disk, the old one. It has been broken, so I'm going to remove it and put the new SSD. So it's the same thing as before. I'm just going to remove the screws here. You're going to take this out. And then you can even pull a little, not so much, because this can be really sensitive. So I just pull a little. And then remove it. And the next step is to put the SSD hard disk. So you're gonna check where's the side where you're gonna put this one, and you see that this is the part. This is the smaller part of the SSD, and you check here's the smaller part of the SSD at the SATA. So you're gonna put it here and pull. You don't have to do a lot of force, just be sure that everything's connected. And then you put everything together again. Remember where you took out every screw, so you're not gonna miss anything. And that's it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.